Hi everyone, I have been a Micro Four Thirds user since 2013 when I bought the Panasonic G6, and I haven't looked back. 1 year later, I started shooting video at weddings, so I decided to step up my game and I bought a Panasonic GH4. Till that point I had a 14-42 f3.5 to f5.6 lens, which wasn't very useful for my projects. I desperately needed a constant aperture. So I ended up with a Panasonic 12-35 f2.8 lens. Was my decision right? Stay tuned to find out. First of all, I have to tell you that this lens isn't cheap. You can find it on Amazon UK for £634 or 886 euros. It is much cheaper on eBay UK, around 663 euros, but I have my doubts about the warranty. In Greece, the price of the lens starts from 1,149 euros. The Panasonic 12-35mm lens is equivalent to 24-70mm in full-frame terms. While it has a maximum aperture of f2.8, the depth of field it produces is equivalent to f5.6 when compared to a 35mm camera. The Lumix GX Vario lens is weather sealed and weighs only 305 grams. The build quality is excellent and the two control rings operate smoothly. The manual focusing ring is by wire and there are no distance markings, so if someone wants to repeat focus, he or she has to use the autofocus and the touchscreen. Minimum focus distance is 25 cm and the filter size is 58mm non-rotating. Now let's move on to the actual tests. The Panasonic lens showed great results in the center of the image frame. Everything is very sharp straight from f2.8. However, things aren't so impressive when looking at the edge and corner performance at 12 and 20mm. The image is still sharp, but nothing beyond the ordinary. However, the performance is very good across the image at 35mm. When the optical image stabilizer is off, the video produced by the camera is rather shaky and distracting. However, when we turn it on, the result is much better. It is not buttery smooth, but it is usable. Panasonic Micro Four Thirds cameras autocorrect chromatic aberration. I don't see any color fringing in high contrast areas of the footage, no matter what aperture value I set on my camera. You will have problems if you use Olympus lenses on Panasonic MFT cameras. A parfocal lens is a lens that stays in focus when magnification or focal length is changed. If you take a closer look at the footage, you will see that the object remains focused while I zoom in and out, so this is a parfocal lens. However, there is something I do not like about the performance of this lens. Even though it has a constant aperture of f2.8, when I zoom in or out I notice some slight exposure changes, aka flickering. This means that zooming in and out is out of the question. Are there any alternatives to this lens? Well, in MFT mount, the only alternative is the Olympus 12-40 f2.8, which also suffers from flickering, but offers a manual clutch mechanism with distance markings. If you don't want to spend so much money, you can buy the Canon FD 20-35mm f3.5 L series lens for less than 500 euros. It is not going to be as wide as the Panasonic, but it will offer you smooth manual focus, proper distance markings, and it will not flicker. The only extra thing you have to buy is a Canon FD to Micro Four Thirds adapter, which costs around 20 euros. Another very popular alternative is the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 with Metabones speed booster. This is a very cinematic combo that gives you an equivalent of 20 to 50 mm f1.2 in full frame terms with a 2x crop factor. However, in 4K mode, the crop factor is 2.3, so the equivalent focal length will become 29 to 56 mm. The lens plus the adapter will set you back for about $1,400 at B&H. To sum up, let's see the pros and cons of this lens. Well, it's time to answer the initial question of this video. Was I right to buy this lens? The answer is yes. I may have some complaints, such as the flickering of the focus by wire, but overall I'm satisfied with my purchase. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. See you soon.